Now, Australian winters are pretty mild compared to a lot of countries, but many of us suffer through the cold like it's the Ice Age. So we hit the streets to find out exactly what it is about this season that we dislike so much and the best ways to beat the winter blues.
I hate winter.
I beat the winter blues by shopping for new winter clothes.
Go to the gym because it warms the blood.
I think the initial fear is getting out of the bed sheets and your warm blankets. Once you're out and you hit the hot shower, I think it's fine after that.
A good scotch, a nice lady, and a night out of town.
Yeah, just stay out partying for longer.
Turn the heater on.
I beat winter blues with flannelette sheets and cuddling up with the missus.
Lots of cups of tea.
Trackies, hoodies, beanies, anything ending with IES.
I hate winter because I can't feel my toes.
In winter, all I want to do is sit at home and eat.
Yeah, and if all else fails, stay under the doona and watch us here on Today if you have problems getting up in the morning. It is a little bit harder in winter. So what are the solutions to fending off seasonal affective disorder? That's the name it's got. Today, medical expert Dr. Ross Walker joins us now to tell us exactly how. I love the fact that the initials of this spell SAD, Seasonal Affective Disorder. What exactly is it?
Well, this is a serious condition. It's not just the winter blues. It's a form of depression that's obviously common when there is less light. And so places like Norway have about a 10% incidence of this proper chemical disorder of the brain.
And a lot of Australians, when they move to the UK, often talk about this as well, that they really do feel quite affected by the weather and the lack of sunlight. What are the symptoms to look out for? Well, the symptoms are very typical of symptoms of depression. So firstly, you feel tired during the day, you lose your zing for things. Things you used to look forward to, you no longer look forward to. And a big one is what we call early morning wakening. So you wake at about 2 o'clock in the morning, stare at the ceiling, can't get back to sleep for about an hour or so. And they're the three cardinal symptoms. And when it gets very serious, a sense of hopelessness and even sometimes suicidal thoughts. So it is quite serious. It can be quite serious. Yeah. Does it just affect you in winter, or do people suffer from this in other seasons as well?
No, autumn and winter really, because of the lack of sunlight, which is really part of the management.
So effectively getting access to sunlight would be one of the ways to treat this?
Oh, absolutely. You think about it, Deb. Sometimes people will go to work at 6:30 in the morning where it's dark. They'll go into an office where there's no natural light. They'll come home after it's dark. So that they're getting none of the light that's so important to maintain good brain chemicals. And
light box therapy, one of the tips there as well.
Absolutely. So natural light, but this light box therapy, which is a bit like one of those X-ray boxes, that can help as well. And also we're talking about things like vitamin D. So areas where there's low vitamin D is very much associated with this as well. So get out in the sun if you can, but have foods that have vitamin D, such as dairy, eggs and fish. But also sometimes you may need to take a vitamin D tablet as well.
So supplements quite important to consider.
Yeah.
And when do you know when it is just a case of feeling a bit low, the cold weather making it feel a bit down compared to having this as a serious effect?
Well, I think it's when you start to get the significant symptoms. We all can occasionally feel a bit down. That's normal. And if something bad happens and you feel a bit depressed, that's not depression, that's grief. But it's when you're getting those ingrained symptoms where you're really losing that interest, that early morning wakening and the tiredness.
Yeah, and as you say, reaching out to great organisations such as Lifeline, that number there on the screen, 131114, if you're really affected.
And also I've got to say, if you have any of these significant symptoms, you also should be talking to your doctor.
Yeah. Good advice.
Thank you, Deb.
As always,
Thank you.
combat the SAD effects can. There you go.